We continue now at the top of Daf Samech Aleph Amud Aleph in Meseches Nedarim. This is Nedarim Daf 61a. And the previous Amud, the Gemara had asked, what if a person says Yom? Is that the same thing as saying Hayom, meaning you're saying the Neder applies only today? Or is Yom like Yom Echad, meaning you're saying the Neder applies for 24 hours? And the Gemara brings a proof from the Mishnah. The Mishnah talks about a case where a person says Hashana, and it says if you say for this year, so then if it's a leap year, it includes the extra month. And so the Gemara says, what exactly is the case in this Mishnah? If you say it's exactly like it is written, meaning the guy says Hashana, and we're saying it means this year, and it includes the extra month if it's a leap year, so Lama Li Lamemra, what's the point of even saying such a halacha? It's obvious. If a person is saying this year, of course it includes the extra month if it is a leap year. Elalav de Amar Shana, rather is it not that the case of the Mishnah is where he said the word Shana, similar to Yom, and Alma Shana Kehashana Dami. You see that the word Shana is the same as Hashana, and it means this year. V'Yom Nami Kehayom Dine, and also the word Yom is like Hayom, and it means today. And the Gemara says, Lo no, liolam da'amar Hashana. Really the case in the Mishnah is where he said Hashana. Umau detei mahalach acharov Hashanim. What might you have thought that you should follow the majority of the years? V'lo isbu iver, most years don't have a leap year, don't have a leap month, they don't have the extra month, and therefore here also it should not be prohibited for that extra month. Kamash malan, that's the chiddush of the Mishnah. The Mishnah is teaching us that it means this year and it includes the extra month. And the Gemara continues, Iboy Lahu, they had the following question, Amar Yayin Shani Toim Yovel. Let's say a person says he's not going to have wine for this Yovel period. What's the halacha? Shnas Chamishim Kilifnei Chamishim. Is the 50th year itself, is that considered like the years before the 50th year, meaning that is included in the Neder? Okelachar Chamishim, or is the 50th year, that's already part of the next cycle, and it's not included in the Neder? The Gemara says, Tashma, come in here, the following proof. The Tanya, we learned in a Brisa, Pluksa de Rabbi Yehuda for Rabbanon. There's a Machlokas, Rabbi Yehuda Rabbanon, in this regard. It says in the pasuk of V'kidashtem Shnasa Chamishim Shana, it says that you make the 50th year holy. Shnasa Chamishim Atamona V'i Atamona Shnas Chamishim V'yachas. You count the 50th year, but you don't count the 51st year. Mikan Amru Yovel Eino Ola Leminyan Shavua. The Tanna Kama says from here we learn that Yovel does not count in the next Shemitah cycle, meaning at the Yovel year, the 50th year, that is the end of the cycle, and then the next year begins year one of the next Shemitah cycle. So that shows, according to the Tanna Kama, that Yovel is included in the Neder because it's part of the previous cycle. It's not part of the next cycle. Rabbi Yehuda says Yovel Ola Leminyan Shavua. Rabbi Yehuda says no, that Yovel year does count for the next Shemitah cycle. It's the first year of the next Shemitah cycle. And the Brisa continues, Amru lo Rabbi Yehuda, they said to Rabbi Yehuda, Harehu Omer, the Pasuk says, Shei Shonim Tizra Sadecha, it says you're going to plant your field for 6 years. However, according to you, Ve'in Kana Lachamish, according to you, in a Yovel situation, you're only planting for 5 years, because year number 1 of the Shemitah cycle is Yovel, and then you only have 5 years of planting, so the Pasuk does not fit if you're going to say that year number 1 of the Shemitah cycle is Yovel. So Amar Lahem, so Rabbi Yehuda said back to them, L'devrechem, according to you, it's also a problem. Harehu Omer v'yostas atvua l'shlosh hashadim. It says by a Shemitah situation, so when you plant that year before Shemitah, it's got to last for 3 years, because it has to last not only for that year, but the Shemitah year itself, and also then you have to wait to harvest the next year. That's 3 years. But according to really everybody, that's also a problem in a Yovel situation. Harei kan arba, by a Yovel situation, it's got to last 4 years, because you got the year before Shemitah, then you have the Shemitah year, the Yovel year, and then again the year after you're waiting to harvest. Now that's a problem according to everyone, but the point is that the pasuk, when it says 3 years, can't be talking about a Yovel situation. Obviously you have to say the pasuk is talking about a regular Shemitah cycle. So dilinami, so for me also when it says 6 years you plant, we can just say that it's talking about a regular Shemitah cycle you're going to plant for 6 years, but of course if there's a Yovel situation it's only going to be 5 years. And the Gemara continues at the 2 dots. The Mishnah said, Ad ha-Pesach asur v'chulu, and then the Mishnah said, it said, Ad lifnei Pesach, we'll see the Mefarish over here. So in that situation, there was a machlokas, mashma ad sheyagia, umashma ad sheyetze. If a person says Ad lifnei Pesach, so it has both implications. It sounds like it might mean until Pesach, and it sounds like it might also mean through Pesach. And there was a machlokas tanoim, what exactly we say it means. And the Gemara says, L'meimer, does this mean to say, to Rabbi Meir savar lo ma'ayil inish nafshe, Rabbi Meir holds a person is not going to enter himself into a suffix situation when he makes a neder. And that's why Rabbi Meir said that in a situation where you say ad lifnei, the Isser is only until Pesach, not through Pesach, because again we assume that a person wouldn't bring himself into a suffix situation, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Samech Aleph Amud Beis.